Good morning, beautiful people. Today is Saturday, March 5th, and it is day 13, and we are back out on the Appalachian Trail after taking 2 zeros in Franklin, North Carolina. And I am so happy to be back out here. I was getting a little restless in town yesterday, just sort of watching the clock go by. Now, I was getting my rest, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you know, there's something that I'm out here to do. And so I was just starting to think about getting back out here yesterday. And so I'm happy to be moving again. And today I'm happy to report that I am feeling next to no discomfort in my knee, my legs, ankles, Achilles are all feeling just fine today. I've got a brand new pair of Brooks Cascadia trail runners, and I shipped my Ultra Olympus 4s back home. So I'm feeling pretty confident that these new shoes that are not zero drop, they're pretty much standard drop, are going to be much more beneficial to me and my body. So it's supposed to be a really nice day today. I've had a couple of really nice days in town. I think the high for today is right around 70, 71. It's sunny, as you can see, and it's gonna be a great day. Because I'm feeling so good, I'm going to shoot for my biggest day mileage-wise with my full pack on and a full resupply. So my pack is as heavy as it's gonna be at like 28 pounds with 4 days of food, which really isn't that heavy compared to some people. But we are going to shoot for Cold Spring Shelter, which is about 15.8 miles on the day. And I'm pretty confident that I can do it. I'm already about a mile in. I've had a really nice big breakfast at Chica and Sunset's Hostel, which I had a great stay there. Definitely recommend it. And I would suggest, if you would like to stay there, calling at least 3 days in advance, because there are so many hikers and they only have 4 beds at their hostel. But Chica and Sunset are amazing people. They took care of us and they provided a nice, relaxing space for us hikers to just sort of chill out and recover. So that's pretty much all I have to report for right now. Let's get on with today. So we've got about 3 climbs today, but none of them really look that bad. The first one, I'm sort of already in the process of climbing, which is Siler Bald. After this, it will be Whaleball, and then the third climb will take me up to Cold Spring Shelter, where I'm planning to stay for the night. So I'm close to 3 miles in so far today. So I've only got about 13 to go, and I think it's somewhere between 9:30 and 10 a.m. And since I'm feeling so good, I'm hoping that I can sort of hike a little faster than what I've been doing, even though everyone sort of considers me to be a fast hiker anyway. But without that pain and discomfort, I should be able to move. So yeah. So I actually had some really cool and somewhat magical experiences in Franklin over the last couple of days. The first of which, y'all know that I've talked about Nate El Chapo Loftus, who hiked a section of the Appalachian Trail in 2018 and passed away in 2019. And so y'all know that I'm dedicating a large portion of my hike to him and his family. And they are also providing me some financial assistance. So while I was in town, I had someone reach out to me who also hiked the AT in 2018. Her name is Try. That's her trail name. And apparently she had no idea what happened to Nate after they got off trail in 2018. And it was through finding my channel and my Instagram that she learned of his passing. And I think she took it kind of hard just because she wasn't prepared to receive news like that. But she thanked me for like talking about him and sharing his story, because I guess now she sort of knows what happened to him. And that's kind of sad. It was sad for me to hear, but I'm also happy that I was able to spread his word and actually reach someone who knew him on trail back then. So right after I connected with her on Instagram, I went to the grocery store just to do my food resupply. And while I was in the store, this guy sort of immediately pointed me out as being a thru hiker, because I'm sort of wearing typical thru hiker clothing, you know, the short shorts, the hoodie, the hiker shirt, all that. So he starts talking to me a little bit, and after a few minutes we both sort of go about our business. So as I'm leaving the grocery store, Try, who I connected with on Instagram just a few minutes earlier, had posted about Nate El Chapo, and she tagged me in the post since she found out through me. And right after she posted that, the guy who I was talking to in the store commented on the post, and he was like, "Hey, I just met this dude in the grocery store." And it turns out that guy had also hiked with El Chapo in 2018, at least for a few hundred miles, I believe. His name is Andrew, trail name Peanut, and he recently moved to Franklin. And it was so strange, but also so cool how those connections just sort of formed like that. So I ended up going to grab dinner with Andrew, and we were just talking, getting to know each other a little bit. I showed him the carabiner that Nate's mom gave me to carry, and he paid for my dinner, so thank you, Andrew, for that. And we had a really good time, and he told me to let him know if I needed anything while I'm in the area. So I'm just really thankful to be forming a lot of positive connections out here. That was the one thing that I was really excited about, and I'm really glad that I was able to connect with someone who knew Nate. So another thing that happened, as y'all know, I stayed at Chica and Sunset's hostel, and hello.
Hey, see if I can find a spot to get out of the way.
Thank you.
There we go.
I appreciate it. Y'all enjoy your hike.
Hey, you too.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Thanks. Sorry. So while I was at Chica and Sunsets, they told me that I was going to be rooming with another hiker named Monarch. And we both thought that was cool because her trail name is Monarch, and I have a big one right there on my throat. So it was like we were destined to meet. And be roommates. I might end up seeing her again. I think we have sort of the same itinerary getting up to Fontana Dam in the next 4 days, and going into the Smokies together is a very strong possibility. But yeah, those were just a couple of really cool things that happened, and it just goes to show how magical the AT can be. So yeah. All right, so just dropped the pack, and I'm going to finish the rest of this climb up to the top of Siler Bald. So let's go get some views. All right, we got some views from the top of Siler Bald. And if y'all see that very last peak right there, I believe that is Albert Mountain, which we went over the other day. You probably can't see it on this video, but I can see a little speck on top of it, which I believe is the fire tower. But look at all these pretty Carolina mountains. Got the full 360 view. It's pretty sweet. Just stopped to have a snack, drink a liter of water, and do a few stretches before I start the second climb of the day up to the top of Waya Bald. And there's a fire tower up there, so I'm hopeful that this one will be open today because the views are so nice. You know what I think is so cool as I struggle up this second climb? I think it's really cool that there are so many different people from so many different walks of life out here, and we're all out here to do the same thing, and we have the same goals. Like, that's pretty cool. And when you get to a point where you're tired and your pack is feeling heavy and you're struggling, it's cool to think that there are so many other people out here probably feeling the same thing. Like me trying to get up this mountain right now, and I'm not going as fast as I usually do because my pack is the heaviest it'll be with a full 4-day resupply. But that's okay, because just putting one foot in front of the other, and eventually I'll get up to the top. And if I need to stop to take a break, I'll stop to take a break. And there are people in front of me who have already done this climb, and there are people behind me who I've passed or who started after me who have yet to do this but will likely feel a lot of the things I'm feeling now. But that's just really neat to think about. But I'm almost at the top, so we're not stopping until we get up there, and then we're gonna eat lunch because I'm getting hungry. So as y'all just saw from that sign back there, the AT overlaps with the Bartram Trail for a little while. So normally I would just be looking at white blazes, but now I'm seeing white and yellow to represent both trails. But we're gonna continue following the white because I wanna get to Maine and not wherever the Bartram Trail takes you. Now approaching the Waya Bald Fire Tower. Second climb of the day is done. Check it out. Check it out. And this sign says that on a clear day, you can see the Smokies. So it must be that very faint mountain range all the way in the back, right over there. I had to come down off that bald because it was just a little too windy and it was getting cold fast. But I just stopped at Waya Shelter to have a proper lunch, and I've got 4.7 miles left for the day to get to Cold Spring Shelter. So it's about 2:45 right now, and I'm guessing I should get there probably a little after 4, or maybe even close to 4:30. But so far, I've had very minimal knee issues today, and I've done over 10 miles, so I'm very pleased with that. And I think if I just continue to do my stretches and exercises and really just take my time, keep a good pace, then hopefully any discomfort that I may still be feeling will just fade away. That is my hope. All right, so this begins my last climb of the day up to Cold Spring Shelter, and then we can stop and rest for the night. Okay, so the day is coming to a close. We made it to Cold Spring Shelter, and we're just stealth camping at a little tent site, like 0.1 mile away from the shelter, up on a ridge. So we should have a pretty nice sunrise tomorrow morning. We've already eaten dinner and everything. I just finished brushing my teeth, and now it is time to hang the bear bag so that I can crawl into my tent, do my stretches, and get ready to go to sleep. So today started off pretty good. My knee was feeling great. My whole body was feeling great. I was feeling rested, but at the same time, coming off of 2 zeros with a fully loaded pack, it felt like I was starting all over again. And towards the second half of the day, my knee did start flaring up again. So I don't know. I have to figure out what steps I can take now to sort of nip this in the bud. Obviously, I'm continuing to do stretches, exercises. Maybe my body just still needs to get used to doing this. Maybe it'll take like my calves and ankles and all of that stuff getting stronger just by hiking more miles. I don't know. I'm honestly starting to get a little discouraged that this isn't going to go away, but I'm going to keep trying. I am not someone who gives up, and I started this with the intention of finishing it, so I have to figure out what I can do in order to make this pain and discomfort go away. People have offered so much advice, and I've added so many different stretches and exercises to my routine that it now takes like over an hour to go through my entire routine. Yeah, I guess we'll just see how we feel tomorrow. I'm not doing as big of a day as I did today. Today was about 15.8 miles total. Tomorrow will be about 11.7 into the NOC, or the NOC, which I have heard a lot about over the years, and I'm excited to see it for myself. Maybe I'll try to find some place to stay there that's inside. But yeah, we'll figure that out tomorrow. This is pretty much gonna do it for today. Everyone has already climbed into their tents and I'm on my way to doing the same. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Good night. Beautiful morning. It is almost 9 a.m. on day 14, Sunday, March 6th. To be honest, I went to bed very frustrated last night after starting off the day feeling so strong and feeling like I was mostly healed. My knee pain came back in the second half of the day yesterday and it stayed. I'm still feeling it today and I'm just at a point where I am running out of options. I don't know what else to do aside from getting off trail for possibly a week or more. And as I've mentioned, I'm not in a rush with this hike, so I don't mind doing that. The only issue that comes up with that is I'm not home. So me getting off trail and sitting in a town for a week is going to cost a lot of money. And I feel like I saved up enough to be able to take as much time as I need, but at the same time, I can't spend all my time in one place. But if that's what I have to do, then that's what I'm gonna do. I've been getting so many tips and suggestions from so many people, and I appreciate all of it. I have tried to implement as much, if not all of it, as possible, and nothing seems to be working, which is why I'm so frustrated. I've gotten everything from take time off trail to lower my daily mileage, although I'm not really doing a whole lot of daily mileage as it is. I mean, yesterday was a 15.7, almost 16 mile day, which probably won't be doing that again for a while. But if I'm going to be lowering my mileage to 10 or less a day, then I'm definitely going to need to rework my plans. Today, I am going to do about 11 and a half just because I want to get to the NOC. So I'll probably find a place to crash when I get there. And my mom sent me a little resupply box, so I'm gonna pick that up today. And I'm just gonna have to figure some things out. When I get to Fontana Dam, which should be in another 2 days, I might just try to sit there for a few days, wait out the bad weather that's supposed to be coming through later on this week, and try to rest up and recover enough to get through the Smokies. If I need to lower my mileage, then I'm not going to be able to get through the Smokies in 5 days, which I originally planned, because that would be almost like 15 miles a day. And I don't know if that's a smart move with the way that I'm feeling right now. So if I'm going to be doing 10 miles a day, that means it's going to take me a good 8 8 days to get through the Smokies, and I can't carry 8 days of food in this frameless pack, so I'm gonna need to make sure that the weather looks good so that I could be shuttled out of the Smokies halfway to do a resupply. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'm smart, so I'll figure this out. Yeah, I'm irritated. But we're not quitting. This knee is not gonna stop me. I've talked to other people who have dealt with their own issues while on their through hikes, and they somehow made it work, so I'm gonna make it work. Yeah, today's a new day. Things could change at any moment. I'm excited to get to the NOC, so let's knock these 11.5 miles out and get there. I just want to say, by no means do I plan to quit or go home or get off trail and never get back on. Like, I've intentionally left majority of the AT alone over the last few years because I knew that I wanted to through hike, and I wanted all of this to feel new and fresh and untouched. And so far it has definitely delivered in that aspect. And I'm only in state number 2 out of 14, and I want to see what all 14 states have to offer. So y'all don't have to worry about me going home, because I'm not. Like, I would need to be at the point where I can't stand up or walk anymore before I call it quits. So yeah, I'm trying to play this smart. I'm thankful that I have enough awareness to know when my body is telling me that something is wrong, and I can adapt accordingly. But yeah, I have a lot of resources that I will use, and I have a lot of wits about me. I know how to take care of myself, so I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I'm seeing this through. And as I mentioned before, I'm not the only person out here dealing with pains and problems, especially as far as the knees are concerned. I've met so many other people who are having the same issues, and we're all just trying to figure out what works for us. And I'm still just trying to figure out what the right solution is for me, and I'm confident that I will figure that out. So I just want to say, y'all don't have to worry about me quitting, because I'm not. Not by a long shot. Yo, this is such a cool little section. Look at this. With all these bare trees. Check it out, another fire tower. Let's go see the view. Check it out. So many views. All right, so that was a nice little view. And now we are making the descent down into the NOC, where I will pick up my package that my mom sent, hopefully find a place to stay for the night, and get me a little piece of burger. Shout out to my friend Corey, who is always talking about a piece of burger. I definitely picked that up from him. Yeah, it's all downhill from here, and I haven't really decided whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because going down hurts a lot. But yeah, see y'all soon. So I know I sort of brushed over my trail name at Chica and Sunsets. For those who don't know, about a week ago I was given the trail name Gourmet, and the reason why I haven't exactly talked about it a whole lot is because I'm kind of on the fence about it. So the way that I got my trail name was that one night we were all sitting around a campfire and making dinner, and everyone was going around sharing their trail names. And when I said I still didn't have one, everyone in the group was kind of like, oh, well, we have to think of a trail name for you before we leave camp tomorrow. And I was like, okay, sure. And as we're all sitting around the campfire, we start pulling out our dinners. And I pull out my meal for the night with all of my like condiments and olive oil and all that stuff. And everyone just sort of looked and they were like, oh, look at all that you've got there. And then in unison, everyone just shouted out gourmet. And I don't really know how I feel about that name. I told myself that I didn't really want to influence or control whatever my trail name was going to be. I just kind of wanted it to come naturally. And the way that I got this name didn't necessarily feel all that natural to me. It felt as though, since I was sort of the only one without a trail name, everybody just wanted to hurry up and think of one for me. And they kind of just took the first thing that they noticed and sort of went with that. And my whole thing is like, yeah, I like food. Anybody who knows me will tell you that I enjoy eating, but there's so much more to me that like a lot of people on trail haven't really gotten to see yet. So to just take that one thing that you notice in an instant without having been around me more than 5 minutes and to just go off that, I felt like, I don't know, it doesn't really feel authentic to me and who I am. So I decided I was gonna try to wear the name for a few days just to see how it felt. And I don't really think I like it too much. I don't think it necessarily speaks to like who I am on trail. And I've talked to some other hikers who kind of agree, who have like gotten to know me a little more and who have spent a little more time with me. And we all sort of like, yeah, there's a little more to you than just like trail food, and there's probably a better name that we could come up with at a certain point. So I think I'm gonna go or throw gourmet back into the pot and release that and just wait to receive a different name that feels more like me, because that really doesn't. So I am no longer gourmet. I'm going back to Trailhead Justin for the time being. And maybe one of these days a new name will be bestowed upon me that feels a little more fitting. Walking down the ridgeline. this part of trail is so sketchy. We are just going straight down. Look, it's the NOC. We just got to get down this hill and then we'll be there. Yay. All right, just finished eating lunch. I had a delicious Philly cheesesteak with some sweet potato waffle fries. Oh my God, it was so good. Now I'm about to head over to the outfitter and print out my permit for the Smokies, because in a few days I'll be going into the Smokies. Yay! So yeah, I'm gonna go take care of that now. Well, this is my jail cell for the night. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm glad to have a room. Yeah, it's not much. Okay, so I'm getting settled in my room, and I had my mom ship me a few things to the outdoor center here. The first thing is this Catadine Be-Free 3-liter bladder, which is compatible with my Catadine Be-Free filter. Now, I did buy the CNOC 2-liter bladder, which is supposed to be compatible with this filter, but there's something off with the thread. And so when I try to screw my filter onto here, it doesn't screw on quite right, and I end up leaking water like right out of here. And so I have unfiltered water leaking into my water bottle, which could potentially make me sick. So I'm just going to get rid of that. I might just send it back home. But yeah, CNOC, if you're watching this, there's something a little off about the threads. They don't match up quite right, and I'm not the only hiker out here who has noticed the same issue. And then I just had her send a few more things. I got these coffee packets, which I love. They taste so good. And then a few little dinners, because I heard that the resupply options at Fontana Dam weren't that great, so I will already have some stuff going into the Smokies. So yeah, we're gonna go through my food bag and see what all I need, and I might go take some stuff and drop it in the hiker box back at the center. So we'll see. And also, while I was over there at the store, I was able to print out my permit for the Smokies. So I basically have 38 days from the time that this was issued. So 38 days from today to actually use it and go into the Smokies. I should be entering the Smokies within the next 3 to 5 days. I may decide to take a few extra days at Fontana Dam just to sort of wait out the weather and rework my plan as far as daily mileage goes. But yeah, at least I have my permit now, so that's out of the way. So now we can get to just chilling for the rest of the evening. Okay, so it is just after 8 p.m. and I'm just chilling in my jail cell of a bunkhouse. Yeah, I was trying to sort of map out what the next few days might look like, and actually tomorrow they're calling for some thunderstorms starting at 1 p.m. and going into the evening, so I kind of decided that I'm probably not going to move at all tomorrow. I'm just going to stay put at the NOC and take a 0 because that's what I want to do. I don't want to hike in a thunderstorm. So yeah, I think that's going to be my plan. I'm going to have to run down to the general store to see if I can try to book the same room again tomorrow night. And then on Tuesday, the weather is supposed to be a lot better. So I will hike out of here and try to do about 7.3 miles to get to Stecoah Gap. I think that's what it's called. And from there, I'm going to get picked up by this guy by the name of Lonnie, who runs a hostel for thru hikers. And I'm probably going to spend at least a couple more nights there and just trying to rest up the knee. My knee felt pretty good today compared to yesterday, which is a good thing. I did about 11.5 miles today to get into the NOC. And yeah, I'm not really feeling a whole lot of discomfort right now. Again, there's no swelling, no inflammation. So this rest day tomorrow should feel pretty good. And I'll try to work it out a little bit before I have to take on this grueling climb out of here that everyone talks about every year. So there's that. I had a really big lunch earlier, so I'm not all that hungry, but I did buy this instant chili from the general store. I just have to run to the common house just around the way and heat it up. And then I will have that for dinner. And I'll probably just chill out since I don't really have to worry about waking up early or going anywhere tomorrow, which I'm kind of happy about. I think I'm going to be considered a platinum hiker, which is someone who hikes the AT, but also enjoys all the luxuries of like staying in towns and taking as many 0 days as we want. So I will wear that with a badge of honor. I will be a platinum hiker. So yeah, that's just a little updates. I still have all of this like stuff on the bed. I was going through my food and I got rid of some stuff, took it down to the hiker box at the store because I bought way too much food in Franklin and my plans are changing. So I am just trying to adapt as needed. But yeah, today was a pretty successful day. Happy to be at the NOC and I'm still making miles, even if I'm going a little slower than I initially anticipated, but that's okay. As long as I get to Maine, that's what's important. And I have all the time in the world. So we're just gonna keep chilling, keep taking it easy and keep having fun. But that's going to do it for tonight. So I will see y'all tomorrow, even though we're not going anywhere tomorrow, but yeah. Good night. Good morning. It's about 7:45 on Monday, March 7th, day 15, and I think I'm taking a 0 today. It's supposed to start raining around 10 a.m. and then there are reports of thunderstorms starting at 1 p.m. and going until about 7 or 8 p.m. So I think the smartest thing for me to do is to just take a 0, stick around the NOC, sort of wait out the weather. Tomorrow it's supposed to be much nicer, so I can head out tomorrow. The only thing I need to see is if I can rebook the same room for tonight, or worst case scenario, I might have to pack all my stuff and move it to a different room. But I'm pretty sure I should be able to get a room tonight without much issue. If by some chance I can't get a room, then I will be taking off at 10 o'clock. And my backup plan is to hike about 5 miles up this treacherous climb to get to the very first shelter. And hopefully I'll be able to get there before the heavy rains and thunderstorm comes. But that's like my last resort if I'm not able to get a room. But as I mentioned, I'm pretty confident that I should be able to get one or even rebook the same room that I'm in. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Okay, so good news. I ran into some other hikers at the general store. They just hiked into the NOC first thing this morning, and I found out that a few of them booked a cabin for tonight, and they said I could stay with them. So I've got accommodations for the night. So I'm gonna be taking a 0 here at the NOC. As you just saw, I've got some laundry going because I need to wash my clothes. And yeah, we're gonna have lunch in a little bit and just sort of hang out until it starts storming. It's a hiker takeover. Definitely a good call taking a 0 today. All right, so I definitely made the right call taking a 0 today. We just made it up to the cabin. There are gonna be 4 of us sleeping here tonight. So we got the queen bed, the futon, which pulls out into a bed, and then one of us can like sleep on the floor, like that can be me. But honestly, I don't even care because look what we got, the hot tub. We are definitely getting in this tonight. Now this is the part of the AT that I was waiting for. I'm finally making friends. We're crashing together, splitting costs on rooms and cabins and stuff. We're waiting out the weather and we are in no rush at all to get to Maine. We're all out here just having a good time, taking it day by day, and that's really what it's all about. So I am very happy and very excited to get in that hot tub tonight. Yeah. And we got some wine, so it's gonna be lit.
Looking so great. Should get a picture of us later and like front. Are you? Is it?
You can keep talking.
Like so, it says the guy. Yeah. Oh goodness, feels so good. Hello.
This feels so good. Hey y'all, today's Tuesday, March 8th, day 16, I believe, and I just got dropped back off at the NOC, but it is time to leave the NOC. I had a great stay at the Nantahala cabins, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm very thankful to Mary, Megan, and Lorraine for letting me crash with them, and we got in the jacuzzi last night, which was super cool. But they're all gonna take a 0 today. I think they were really enjoying the cabin and really enjoying the hot tub. So they're gonna partake in that today, but since I took a 0 yesterday, I'm ready to get moving again today. So I rolled literally my entire body out last night. So far this morning, I'm feeling pretty good. And that's a good thing because we're starting off the day with this really brutal climb out of the NOC, which I've heard so much about. But I had a pretty big breakfast this morning with oatmeal and a bacon cheeseburger. So I have all the fuel that I think I'll need for the moment. I drank a full liter of water before I left the cabin. So I'm nice and hydrated and I'm ready to knock this climb out. So today I'm gonna try to do about 13.3 miles to get to Stecoah Gap. And then I'm gonna get picked up from there by a gentleman named Lonnie who provides accommodations for hikers. So I'm gonna stay there tonight. And then I think he's going to slack pack me to Fontana Dam tomorrow. And then I'll be getting ready to go into the Smoky Mountains. But let's get through today first and let's tackle this climb. So it's been about an hour and a half since I started this climb out of the NOC. And I've done about 3.5 miles. And I just looked at the map and it says I still have at least another 4 miles of climbing ahead of me. Whew. I heard this was tough. And I don't even think I've gotten to the hard part yet. But there should be a water source like less than a mile ahead, so I'm probably gonna stop there for a sec, down another liter, and then continue on. But yeah, this is pretty exhausting. Getting up over the clouds. Also, forget this climb. This is hard. Y'all know what would be super clutch? If they put a Chipotle at the top of this climb. Like, I don't know where my craving came from, but I would kill for a burrito bowl right now with just everything in it. If anyone's watching this and you feel like bringing me some trail magic, please bring me a steak bowl from Chipotle. I would love you forever. Thanks in advance. Okay, so I've done about 6.7, 6.8 miles so far today. I only have 1 more mile to get to the top of Chapo Bald. I think that's what it's called. And then I will be done with this never-ending climb. And then just another 6.7 miles to get to Stecoah Gap, which is my goal for the day. And I don't even think it's 12 noon yet, so I'm making a really great time. But I'm really excited to be done with this climb. It just keeps going. When will it end? Whew.
That would be amazing.
When'd you start, Justin?
The 20th.
20, okay.
Whew, I'm tired.
Where is it?
I'm done with that goddamn climb, and all I got was this lousy Reese's peanut butter cup. I'm gonna eat it like it's Chipotle because I really want Chipotle. I'm so glad to be done with that climb. Yeah. It took me almost 4 hours, 7.7 miles, and 3,333 feet of just torture. But we were rewarded, with that beautiful view off of Cheoah Bald. And I've got about 5.5 miles left to do today. Thankfully, it's all downhill from here. And I'll be getting picked up at Stecoah Gap. I'm going to a hostel for the night because the weather isn't looking so great. So I am very happy about that. Yeah, I've heard so much about that climb out of the knock, and I'm so glad that it is now behind me. So I didn't realize that for this last 6.7-ish miles, there would be no water sources. The last source that I came across was about 3/4 of the way up that climb out of the knock to Cheoah Bald, but there haven't been any other water sources since then. And had I known that, I would have filled up both of my bottles instead of just one. But on the app that I'm using for navigation, it points out all the water sources for me. And it did show a water source about maybe a half mile back from where I am now. But what I didn't read in the fine print was that that water source is unreliable and it only runs during certain seasons. And this must not be one of the seasons because I walked past it and there was no water at all. I'm not completely out of water yet. I have like a little less than half a liter on me. And I've got about 3 miles or like 2.8, 2.9 to get to Stecoah Gap. So I should be fine because it's mostly downhill, aside from a couple of small like uphill sections, but I think we'll make it without any problems. All right, we made it to, what did I say this was? Stecoah Gap. Now to just wait for my shuttle to arrive. Yay, I'm so glad to be done for the day, and it's not even 3 o'clock yet. All right, so we are here at the Wolf Creek Hostel. Thank you to Lonnie for coming to pick me up from Stecoah Gap. And also thank you to one of my supporters, Try, former thru hiker, for covering my stay here tonight. It's supposed to start raining right around now, and it should be raining pretty much all night, so I'm happy to be inside four walls. But I'm still hungry. So I am kind of in a bind right now. I've decided I'm taking another 0 tomorrow, and the reason is because I'm getting really close to the Smokies. However, the weather in the Smokies is not looking so great the rest of this week. The forecast is calling for rain pretty much Wednesday through Friday. And then on Saturday, it's supposed to be really cold, like a high of 20 degrees, a low of 9 degrees, and then snow on Saturday. So I don't think it's a smart idea to go into the Smokies with the current forecast. So today's only Tuesday, and I think I'm going to wait it out until Sunday so that I can go into the park with better weather. So I'm at a hostel for tonight, and I'm going to zero here and stay tomorrow night. Thank you to now 2 supporters who have covered both nights here. That really means a lot, and it helps me out a lot. I think Thursday I'm going to start to make my way towards Fontana Dam, which is only about 14 miles from here, and I'm probably going to break that stretch up into 2 days. So I should be getting into Fontana Dam on Friday, and then I think I will stay at the lodge Friday night and Saturday night, and then I should be able to go into the Smokies on Sunday without like spending too much money waiting in town. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I've spent pretty much the entire afternoon and evening sort of reworking this plan and figuring out what exactly I'm going to do. And plans might change again, you never know, but I do not think I will be entering the Smokies before Sunday. So I've got a few days just to kick it, relax, rest up, maybe do a little bit of hiking just to get to Fontana Dam, but nothing serious. But yeah, I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna go to sleep for tonight, and I will see y'all in the morning. So have a good night. See you later. Peace out. Hey, good morning. Today is, what is today? Wednesday, March 8th? I don't know. But it's day 17, and oh look, I'm taking another 0. I think this is my 4th one. Yeah, but I don't care. Yeah, as I mentioned last night, the weather in the Smokies is not looking ideal for me, so I don't really want to hike into the Smokies just yet. So I'm kind of biding my time until Sunday when I feel like it's more reasonable to hike into the Smokies. All this week there are reports of rain, high winds, and very low temperatures, including lows in the single digits on Friday and Saturday night. So I don't want to be out in that. And it's also supposed to snow on Saturday, so I definitely don't want to be out in that. And, you know, the roads going in and out of the Smokies close at the drop of a hat. If there's any inclement weather, then there's no getting in or out of the Smokies. So I don't want to hike into this inclement weather and then get stuck there and not be able to get out if I want to get out. So I think it's just better to wait, hold off until, Sunday. And next week, the weather is supposed to be much better. So I will push through the Smokies then. As hard as it is to just sit in this hostel by myself and do nothing, I feel like I'm making the right decision for myself. So yeah, I'm curious to see who might show up today, because I know there are some folks behind me who I've been sort of around, and I also know there are some folks just ahead of me, and I don't know if they're gonna go into the Smokies right now or not, but I guess we'll see. So today I'm just gonna sort of hang out, probably edit my next YouTube video and get that scheduled to post, and yeah, continue to nurse my body, take care of my knee, do my exercises, and roll out and all that good stuff. So yeah, I might not film much today just because I'm chilling and it's really nothing to film. So if y'all don't see me again, then I don't know. I'll see you soon. All right, peace.